in middle school and high school, I remember being given like little planners, like little spiral notebooks, of which you can write down the things that you need to do, like the homework for each particular day. It's basically just a book for reminders, and I, at least in middle school, never used it. I mean, I saw it as cumbersome and annoying, and indeed, I still agree with that judgment. Like, middle school me was kind of smart. Not gonna lie. And in high school, finally succumbed. I gave it a go. Like, I wrote down stuff that, I needed to get done. Homework that I was given, every single day. For, I think, maybe a month. Even then, that might be generous. At the end of it, I was, just thinking, this is, I can count the things I need to do on one hand. And I can remember it all. Why the fuck do I need this thing? So I stopped using it. Once and for all. And I've never looked back, because planners are stupid and they suck. They're good for being mediocre. They're good if you don't have anything better. So now I haven't stepped near a planner whatsoever, and I will never step back. I will never step near one again. Ever. Because planners do not serve our psychology. As a fundamental fact, humans are lazy. Right? We like doing things the easiest as possible. And bringing out a planner, physically, and then writing out what I need to do, date the day, math class, do pages 143 to 145, problems 1, 3, 6, 9 to 12, yada 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 yada. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not doing it. That's fucking annoying. And so I deemed it was unnecessary, and it was unnecessary. And doing it every day serves no one. Only the people who get a kick, an ego boost from it, do it. No one else does it, because it's tedious. So instead, let technology do it for you. Right? I'm not even sure if this was a thing back in high school for me. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it was. I just didn't discover it, which I kind of wish I did, but, you live and learn. And so what I discovered in college was sort of a checklist schedule, something to help me schedule while also being a to-do list. And so there's so many different applications now that you can use, and the one most people use is probably Google Calendar. And so I discovered my own, which isn't Google Calendar, but it's called Todoist. It's a pun on to-do list now. Ha ha ha, so funny. And Todoist, why I liked it is it was really nice because I could have it as a browser extension and also on my phone, so I could always have access to it. I could always just see the list of things that I needed to do. Right? You can use Google Calendar, but I don't think it's as good because it's not a to-do list, and you don't check things off like Todoist. And I think that's actually really important because each time you check something off, you get a little boost of dopamine. It feels good to check things off. And once I discovered this, I was hooked on completing tasks. I was hooked at just making tasks and then checking them off. In fact, at times I would be stressed if I didn't check things off because I would have a shit ton left. But that's a different conversation. And so you want a tool that you can put in tasks to do, and therefore you can check them off. But you also want to be able to have recurring tasks, so that every single week, you check it off, but it comes back next week without you manually making another task. And so after getting the application, whichever one you pick, although I would recommend Todoist, the most important part is to schedule when you do things. So personally, I would look across all of my syllabi for deadlines, for exams, projects, homework, etc. And I would put them into Todoist as reminders instead of actual tasks. And in addition, depending on the class, I would also select days of the week to do homework or work for that class, or studying for that class, or prepping for that class. And so this works much better than a planner because, one, you don't need to refresh it every single day. That's just extra brain power that you save. And brain power is very valuable in your day. It's very valuable. And just because you've received an assignment today doesn't necessarily mean that you absolutely need to do it today. By scheduling things by when you are to do them in the week, you know exactly when you're going to do certain projects, homework, studying for each class. And so instead of being constantly annoying, you just schedule everything at once at the beginning, and then you never look back. You just schedule, okay, I'm going to prep on these days for these classes, I'm going to do homework on these days for that class, I'm going to study for this exam from this period to that period. It's all pre-planned. You don't need to think about it anymore. and you just follow it, like a robot, basically. I mean, you can wonder, isn't this bad? Isn't this like giving up my autonomy? And yes, you are. You are giving up your autonomy. But is that a bad thing? Is it like a bad thing to let someone else lead you for the things you don't enjoy at all? And then, you get to have more energy to choose the things you do enjoy, The thing is, automation serves to free up mental bandwidth that would otherwise be used to do headache-inducing things, like scheduling every single day, which I just, like, remembering back then is like, good fucking god, like, that was actually so fucking stupid. Like, I guess another example is, like, you would just get tired from needing to choose what to wear. Like, it's sometimes exhausting. Like, at the beginning of the day, like, oh, what should I wear? I have this, but then that also looks nice. But then, I also did promise that person I would wear this, like, it's fucking exhausting. Picking things constantly, choosing things. Like, just let someone else make the decision, and I'll just follow it. Like, I don't care about it that much. I'll follow it. And for me, everything that doesn't matter that much is predetermined. Right? From what I wear to what I eat. I don't make choices anymore. I just follow. So that I can have the better mental bandwidth, the better brain power to make the important decisions. To make the bigger decisions. The more important ones. So with it, you can finally, get out of the weeds of the day-to-day. You can start to focus on the things that you want to do. The questions that you never ask yourself. Because, you were too busy deciding on, what should I cook for dinner today? Oh, what should I eat? Oh, none of that. You automate this stuff so that you don't need to have the frustration that comes with deciding, with decision fatigue. Because nobody likes it. Nobody likes decision fatigue. Nobody likes being tired just from needing to decide what to buy, what brand to go for, what model. Like, you aren't happy when you do that. In fact, you're frustrated. And you might even get angry because there's so many decisions to make. And so you aren't happy. So let something automate these useless decisions. Perhaps not useless in the long haul, but certainly useless on the day-to-day, when you can just have it automated for you, and then you just follow it. So, once again, if you've learned something, give it a like, subscribe, and a kiss.